Okay, so as you can see, I already have my face done, and sorry if you guys can hear like any background noise. I have the fan on because it's literally so hot in here. My air conditioner just stopped working like an hour ago before I decided to film this, so now I'm dying and I'm probably gonna be like really sweaty on camera, so just ignore that. Okay, so there's been a lot of different opinions on this Subculture palette, and I purchased this the day that it came out on their website. I was literally on their website at like 9 a.m. because I know that I wanted to get it and I knew that it would sell out, and it did. I was really excited to get it, and then I heard a lot of really bad reviews from people who had received it in PR packages, but I still had hope for it. I have played with it once, but now I'm gonna really like do a cohesive entire look with it and see how I feel about it. I also purchased one of the matte lipsticks in Griffin. And this is like a very interesting shade that is very unique, so we'll see what I can come up with. So I'm gonna start off by using MAC Paint Pot and Painterly to prime my eyes. Oh my god, guys, I'm literally like dripping sweat. This is disgusting. The joys of living in California in the summertime. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of Edge, which is like this, I don't know, these two are very similar. It's just this one's a little more on the orange side and this is like a mustard yellow. And I'm just taking it on a big fluffy brush. And like you do not need much at all. Like the lightest tap, and then I tap off most of the excess with it, and it gives you like tons of pigment. So now I'm gonna go in with New Wave, which is like this dark burnt orange color, and I'm taking it on my MAC 221, which is a small tapered crease brush, like fluffy brush. And I'm gonna put that in the crease. I don't know if I have leftover pigment on my brush, that's probably it, but these colors also do kind of look a little muddy. And I know some people are having that issue, like when they mix two colors together or blended two colors together, they came out super weird. Like the color was not what it should look like blended. But I do also just think I had leftover pigment on my brush from whatever I was doing previously, so I'm not sure. So now I'm gonna take Destiny, which is like this, it's kind of reminds me of like a camouflage green, but like more muted. I'm gonna put that in my crease with a flat MAC 230 brush. See, like, it's like super crazy pigmented and I barely put my brush in it. And now that I see like how much is on there, I'm kind of scared I won't be able to blend it out. So it wasn't super hard to blend out, but I'm gonna take that 217 brush with whatever was left over from me doing my crease and just buff that out. I'm going to add some axis to the crease just to kind of make it a little more colorful. So axis is this like teal, dark teal color, and it's super pretty. I'm just gonna use it to deepen what I already have. I'm gonna buff out like the very, very edge because I want to keep that pigment in the center. And I don't really want to take axis any farther out than just in my inner crease. I'm gonna go back in with Destiny, that green, and buff out axis a little bit. I'm taking axis on this like little detail brush and getting the innermost corners of my eye because for some reason the pigment wasn't sticking there. And then taking it in the crease too, just because I really want that blue to stand out. It's such a pretty color. And I feel like a lot of the yellow tones were lost after I blended everything, so I'm going back in with Edge in the center and kind of blending it out with axis. So how do you guys feel about this eye? I mean, I definitely think it's unique. The colors are unique. I wouldn't say I had a really hard time blending them. Okay, I can see right there where it's not as blended as it could be. but I mean, I don't know if me spending time doing this will help at all. So I wet my brush with a little bit of the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, and then I'm going to add Cube to the center where I added that yellow color initially, and I want to see what that looks like. It's really hard to use Cube because I'm really not getting much off of it, even like when I'm using my fingers. So you really have to work to get that to come out of the pan, which is kind of annoying. Access is weird. It kind of reminds me of Pink Champagne, where like you really have to use your finger with it, or you have to use your brush wet. Like if I just swirl my brush around in it, it doesn't pick up much pigment. So I mean, kind of the same with all of these like duochromes, like electric. Okay, so now I have both eyes done, and I'm going to attempt to do some liquid liner. Guys, my liquid eyeliner game has been so weak recently because my eyelids are so like wrinkly, and it's really frustrating. So I'm only 21, and I feel like I shouldn't have wrinkly eyelids, but I don't know. I have like partially hooded eyes, and so it's just been super frustrating. Trying to do liquid liner the last couple, honestly, like almost the last year, so I've just been kind of avoiding it, but I'm gonna try it today and see what happens. A lot of people with hooded eyes, they do that thing where they like kind of, the shape is different, so I'm gonna like mark where I want it to end. And then take it like straight across instead of like down. And then make that little like ledge thing. My eyeliner is thicker than a bowl of oatmeal right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Lashes will fix everything. This kind of goes with the vibe though, I feel like, because it's very 70s, and I kind of want to add those little like drawn on like liner, or I kind of want to add like little drawn on eyelashes under my eye. I think that would be kind of cute, so maybe I'll do that. Just to let you guys know, I used my Kat Von D tattoo liner to like draw it, and then I used the NYC liquid liner to go over it to make it like really matte. I have to be really careful because I have wrinkly under eyes too. Like it's not like super wrinkly, but just enough to where if I screw up, it'll like ruin everything, so. And then if you make any mistakes, which basically this entire look is a mistake, you can just go in with a little detail brush and with some concealer on it and just clean it up. So now that I've added lashes, I feel like I don't hate this look as much, and I always say that like before I'm completely finished. I'm like, this is bullshit and I hate it, and then I like add lashes and mascara and lipstick, and I'm like, okay, like this can work. This is the finished eye look with Subculture, and I'm kind of like on the fence about this palette. I want to love it, but I don't 100% love it. By no means is it like the worst palette ever created. There are definitely a lot of things that could be improved with this palette. Just knowing Anastasia, knowing that their products are quality. Like, I have never tried something from Anastasia that I don't like. So that's why this palette being a miss is kind of like surprising, because everything I've tried from them is great, and I know a lot of people love their stuff as much as I do too. So final thoughts. As far as shades, I think my favorite were definitely New Wave and Edge. These two yellows, they blend beautifully, and I personally don't have anything similar to those two. I actually like Axis. I feel like it's really hard to blend, but the color is pretty. Destiny was okay. I liked that one as well, and I know that I like Roxy because I used that the other day when I did a look. And then the disappointments for me are honestly Cube and Electric. Like, I had to work so hard with Cube. tube, and it was really frustrating because it's such a pretty color, but they should have made the formula closer to like the Kat Von D highlighter palette, the Alchemist palette, because it's almost the same thing, but the Kat Von D palette is just so much better. I'd probably give this like a 6 out of a 10. I mean, if you already have a bunch of eyeshadows, you don't need this, and definitely there are dupes. I know a lot on Instagram, there's a lot of dupes going around. A lot of them are from Makeup Geek and ColourPop, so they're inexpensive. They're probably like $5 to $6 a pan. So you definitely don't need this palette, but I'm not gonna return mine. I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna keep playing with it. But I am really excited to try the lipstick. You know what's so funny is I haven't really heard much about these, just with the overshadowing of like everybody freaking out about Subculture. So I have not heard like good or bad things about these, so we're gonna find out, I guess. I am using a gray eyeliner from Bare Minerals. So this is Griffin. I don't feel like it's a true gray like Smoke, because I was gonna either buy Smoke or Griffin. This has a slightly warmer undertone, and so I'm really excited to try it. I don't own anything similar to it. I'm gonna clean this up with a little bit of concealer, and then I'll be back to show you the final look. This is definitely more on the dramatic side with the lipstick, but I actually like how the lipstick looks with the eyeshadow. So like I said, the palette is okay, like a 6 out of 10. I'm not crazy about it, but it's not the worst thing I've ever tried. And I actually really do like the lipstick. I think it reminds me of the Melt Cosmetics lipsticks, but it's not as like crazy matte. Like it's really matte, but it still feels very comfortable on the lips. I did probably like 2 solid coats of it, and it doesn't feel heavy, so that's really nice. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about this palette, how you think Anastasia is handling the situation. I know that's been a big talk as well, so definitely leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!